How are you feeling? How long have you been here?
3 months, May 17th.
And what brought you?
That's difficult to answer.
Some idea.
I am not completely like other people.
What do you mean by that?
People dislike me because I am not completely like them. I am trying to do with my life something which few people try to do, and this influences my thinking and consequently my action.
What is it you're trying to do with your life?
Play the piano for people.
I'm not clear. How is it that playing the piano for people has eventually resulted in your being here in the hospital?
That's difficult to answer.
is the end. There's a noise inside my head of crying people facing death. Is this the end? Is this the end? Oh, I'm burning in the stone. There's no place to hide. I'm burning in the stone. What have we done to the world? What have we done to the world? I'm burning in the stone. There's no place to hide. I'm burning in the stone. This is the final season
He's calling out cults and conspiracies wild, Gnostic sects, cults and theories compiled. But one question's raised and it's blocked on the spot. No room for dissent in the world he's got. But the crowd starts to laugh, they're starting to see a whole lot of words that just don't agree. Oh, Emperor James, are you feeling the breeze? Might wanna look down, see what's caught at the knee. He's the Emperor with no clothes, strutting around like nobody knows, shouting loud, thinking he's wise, but he's bearing it all to everyone's eyes. He's the Emperor, yeah, with no disguise, slipped down by his own price. The fat is an intellectual line. Oprah's got mind control, powers divine. He's calling Saint Michael the devil in charge, and telling the Catholics they got it too large. Oh, James, don't you know it's a tricky game when you're calling out folks, but you're doing the same. You say it's a truth only you understand, but the crowd's got a mirror showing just where you stand. He's the Emperor with no clothes, strutting around like nobody knows, shouting loud, thinking he's wise, but he's bearing it all to everyone's eyes. He's the Emperor, yeah, with no disguise, stripped down by his own pride. Start to fade and the truth comes around. His theories unravel like threads on the ground. The court starts to giggle, the people all cheer, for the emperor's naked, the truth's finally here. She's the emperor with no clothes, strutting around like nobody knows, shouting loud, thinking he's wise, but he's bearing it all to everyone's eyes. He's the emperor, yeah, with no disguise, stripped down by his own pride. So here's to the lesson, let's give it a toast to emperors walking in nothing but boast. Join Karlyn's cult and open your eyes. She's here to expose James's epic lies.
You know, it's Friday. I just felt like listening to the James song. Okay? I just felt like listening to it. It's a good song. Listen, for all of the songs that we wrote about James when we were making a proactive effort to drive him insane, I feel like that song was really the masterpiece. Now, don't get me wrong. Gnostic Sex Cult, which I wrote one night at 3 a.m., I actually did write the lyrics for that. I didn't AI that. Like, Gnostic Sex Cult is a classic. No, not Gnostic Sex Cult was the original song. It is a classic. Sam wrote some songs that were also great. We have many songs of the James variety. But that last one, that was my anthem. That was my anthem, and I get it stuck in my head all the time. And so I was sitting here, I was like, I could do the normal intro, or I could just play the James song. It's Friday. It's casual Friday. It's casual Friday. I know. I miss the Gnostic Sex Cult days too. For people who were not around during the days of the Gnostic Sex Cult, you guys truly missed out. You guys truly missed out. And the origin of the Gnostic Sex Cult is that back in 2023, James Lindsay was literally telling people that the left was a Gnostic sex cult. Like, unironically, he wasn't making a joke. He wasn't making a funny. He wasn't being sarcastic. He was literally going around the country telling people that the left were a Gnostic sex cult. So we started making fun of him because how could we not? How could we not? How could we not? Yeah, apparently Reagan is the latest victim of Mercury retrograde and can't get on YouTube right now. So Reagan is over in the chat on X. You know what? Last night I went on Adam Green's show impromptu because Adam was doing this late night stream where he was talking about Candace Owens, and Amalek and I were in the chat, and Adam were like, hey, Karlyn and Amalek, why don't you come on the stream with me? And I was like, okay. I was about to go to bed. I was so tired and I was really high, and I was like, you know what? Fuck it. We ball. Adam Green says, get your ass on the stream. I got on the stream. And then, you know what happened is the 500-pound fat ass who stalks me showed up on Adam's Twitter chat. So Poetry Painter, the 500-pound fat ass that stalks everything I do on the internet, was literally in Adam Green's Twitter chat. And the only reason I know this is someone sent me a screenshot of it. I was like, oh my God, that bitch thinks about me 24/7. 24/7. But like Reagan is a victim of Mercury retrograde. Technology doesn't work on Mercury retrograde. But I want everyone to wish Reagan a very happy birthday. Reagan is number 2 in charge of the cult. She's number 2 in charge of the empire. Should anything happen to me, should I reach an untimely demise of some sort, Reagan is the person responsible for carrying on my legacy. Okay? So everyone, I need, regardless of if you're in the chat on YouTube or Rumble or X or even Kick, God forbid, everyone wish Reagan a very happy birthday. We love her. It is not out of the route. Like Reagan has done so much. She has been in the community for years. She was here almost since the beginning. She has watched probably almost as much socialism as I have. Reagan watches socialism that I don't watch. Reagan watches socialism in her free time. And then she says, Karlyn, you should watch this. And, most of the time I listen to her because she understands what she's talking about. And so she is an invaluable asset to. Reagan has gone undercover with the left. Reagan has filmed those. Reagan, actually, the last time Reagan went undercover with the left, she filmed one of those Zionist retard influencers at a leftist event, just trying to provoke and agitate people. And Reagan was just there filming everything and collecting their propaganda. And so not only does Reagan go undercover with the left in real life, she's one of the many people in the community who does that. She also spies on Zionist conservative con artists who go to leftist events just to agitate. And then she gives us video of what really happened, because God knows we're not going to get that from the Zionist conservative con artists. They're going to take stuff out of context. But Reagan's there with her phone just going, following them around, knowing who they are. It's like, it is awesome. It is awesome. It is awesome. You got better recordings? Yeah, I bet you do. I bet you do. We learn and we improve. We learn and we improve. We get a little bit better every single time. So happy birthday, Reagan. We love you. We appreciate you. If I ever do anything to piss you off, please give me a chance to apologize, because I will. And I will admit fault, because I really don't want Reagan to be pissed off at me. Like there are many people that I don't care if they're pissed off at me, but Reagan is not one of those people. She is actually valuable, and I want her around the community for a long ass time, because we can't do it without her. Deets, thank you so much for the super chat. Can we also play the Gnostic sex cult song too? Sure, I'll play the Gnostic Sex Cult song. Let me just get the rest of these super chats if you guys want to listen to the Gnostic Sex Cult song. Happy Friday, Old Sub. Appreciate the super chat, my friend. Old Sub in with another 20. Happy birthday, Reagan, for your birthday present. We should get Reagan a birthday present. We should. I feel like I still owe Reagan merchandise from 3 years ago when I said I would send her merchandise. I owe Reagan a lot of shit, man. I owe Reagan a lot of shit. Boston is such a mess. Yeah, Boston is a mess, Toad. Okay, we had a request for the Gnostic Sex Cult song. If people haven't heard the Gnostic Sex Cult song, as people are filing in, let's hear it. We have Chica Lago in Reagan's honor. Thank you so much, Chica Lago, for the super chat. Appreciate it. Just for people who haven't heard and by the way, all of the memes in the Gnostic Sex Cult song that you're going to see, they were all made by Bot or Master Shake. So this was our very first, real shot in the war against James. Here is the Gnostic Sex Cult song from circa 2023.
James Lindsay is obsessed with lying to his audience. What crazy things can he get them to believe? He does it irresponsibly to pocket all that money from the mills for liberty. The left hates capitalism, but James won't admit it. He refuses to believe queer theory destabilizes normativity, gender binary, and the nuclear family. James blocks the truth, smears people who try to show him, creates an echo chamber for himself to reinforce his fantasy. He used to believe in something. What happened? Mills for liberty. Gnostic sex cult, building his own world. A Gnostic sex cult, 1 inch from reality, totally lost it. What can we do but mock him relentlessly? It's not a Gnostic sex cult, James. No, it's not. Stop lying to your audience. No, it's not. It's not Gnostic change. Mary Nardini tells us queer liberation means the annihilation of capitalism. Catch up, James. Whiteness means capitalism. Queer theory hates capitalism. Whiteness means capitalism. Queer theory hates capitalism. Whiteness means capitalism. It's all about knows it's capitalism. The socialists know it's capitalism. Wake up, James. It's capitalism. Whoa. The socialists know it's capitalism. Wake up, James. It's capitalism. It's all about capitalism. Everyone knows it's capitalism. The socialists know it's capitalism. Wake up, James. It's capitalism. It's capitalism. To pocket all that money from the mills for liberty. The left hates capitalism, but James won't admit it. He refuses to believe queer theory stabilizes normativity, gender binary, and the nuclear family. But James blocks the truth, smears people who try to show him, creates an echo chamber for himself to reinforce his fantasy, to believe in something. What happens for liberty? Gnostic sects called Billyism world. The Gnostic sects called unhinged from reality. He's totally lost it. What can we do but mock him relentlessly?
So that was the Gnostic Sex Cult song for people who never heard it. That was the original AI song. That was the original attack on James with all the memes. And yeah, we got to make one for Andy No. Yeah, we got to make, we need to really, now that Andy has a new book coming out and he's releasing promos where he's like, I went deep inside the murderous cult of the queers. And like, Andy's book isn't even about anything that's related to queer activism, by the way. It really isn't. I thought that I feel much better about my positioning against Andy No and the Queer Marxist Front now, because Andy No's book isn't even about queer activism. It's about this fucking thing that he became obsessed with, that he paid someone else to do the research for, that it has nothing to do with actual queer activism. It's just retardation. And so, yeah, now that Andy has a new book coming out, we got to double down on telling Andy No to fuck off. I feel like we can have so much fun with like Andy No, N-O. Like we're going to have fun with this. We are. But you know what? We're not going to do that right now because it's Friday. It's Friday. I got my tank top in Boston yesterday on a street corner. I was like, that looks like a fun shirt. And it's comfortable. And I'm collecting tank tops because it's fucking hot out. And as you guys know, because it's the most important thing about me, apparently, I have recently lost a metric fuck ton of weight. And as a result of that, you would think, Karlyn, you can just wear your old shirts and they're just going to be too big for you. You would think that until the shirts start to fall off of me, and it just doesn't look good. So I am in the ongoing process of basically rebuilding my entire clothing supply, because I just don't fit in any of my clothes anymore. Even clothes from like 10 years ago are getting big on me. I have not been this small in a long ass time, probably 20 years. Probably 20 years. And so I have to rebuild my entire closet. And so I've been getting a lot of tank tops lately because it's hot as fuck. So every time I see a tank top I'm like, okay, add it to the pile. Add it to the pile. That way I always have stuff to actually wear. Yeah, that's true. That's true, but I was only 9 years old and I'm definitely not 45 years old, and I was 25 back then. I'm definitely not that. I am, as of course you guys know, 29. I'm always and perpetually 29, and that's the way it goes. It is so hot this summer. Well, you know, I've been working on that, but the problem is I do actually have clothes from 20 years ago. I do actually have clothes. They are all buried under a pile of stuff in my basement, okay? Because when I moved into this house where Victor and I live now 15 years ago. When I moved, I packed up all my old smaller size clothes into boxes. I was like, maybe someday I'll wear these things. I have really good clothes. Like, you guys, listen, for people who saw me in the leggings only era, the era where I basically wore leggings and t-shirts like every single day, I don't regret that era at all, but you have to understand, before, like, I mean, we're talking like before Trump got elected president, I have an amazing fucking closet full of clothes because I used to be a consultant and I used to have to dress more fancy, and I basically needed better clothes back in the day, and I was really into it, and I have so many fucking designer dresses that are buried in my basement. Some of them probably still have the tags on them, to be quite frank. I've been working on cleaning out my closet in my bedroom, and I've literally found multiple Calvin Klein dresses that still have the tags on it. I was like, okay, excellent. Maybe I can actually wear these now and look like a normal person for once. So I do actually have clothes from 20 years ago in this house. But the thing of it is I need to get my husband to bring them up from the basement, and I don't know where he put them in the basement. I just know that they're somewhere in the basement. So in the meantime, until I can convince my husband to do that particular chore, and I have a place to put them because I'm still working on cleaning out. You guys don't even want to know what my fucking bedroom looks like. It is piles of clothes, most of which don't fit me anymore because I'm sorting and I'm like going through stuff and I'm trying to organize and I'm, doing all that stuff. So it's just, listen, it's a process. I'm not a naturally organized person. I have to do learned organization. Like, I'm really good when I actually focus on it, but I'm just not a naturally organized person. And so it just takes me a minute to focus on things. Also, I have the attention span of about a gnat. And by the time I organize some stuff, I've already bought new stuff. And don't take shopping away from me, okay? I've actually really been enjoying going out and shopping again and trying shit on and trying to figure out what size I even wear and what clothes do I even like anymore. So while I can certainly dig into my closet from 20 years ago and pull out actually really nice clothes, I'm enjoying the process, man. I'm enjoying it. I'm getting some great clothes that, like, I mean, maybe 10 years ago, I just wouldn't have been like, it's not really my thing. But like, my closet is getting very, very deeply respectable. I'm just saying, we are building back up. Having lost 70 fucking pounds, we are building the closet back up. Buying new stuff is fun. Shopping is fun. Even trying on clothes is fun for me now because I truly have no idea what size I am. And it's an interesting process to go through to all of a sudden be, I don't know. I don't know what the math is on it, but I feel like, did I lose like a third of my body weight or something like that? Yeah, I think I lost about a third of my body weight. Holy shit. I didn't even think about that. I lost about a third of my body weight. That's fucking nuts. That is fucking nuts. Man, I'm still losing weight too. Even though I'm not even really trying to anymore. I'm still losing weight just I'm still doing keto and not eating that much because keto suppresses your appetite, which is awesome. Anyway, happy Friday. Happy Friday. Happy Friday, guys. Welcome in. Welcome in. Today, listen. We could, and I almost did this, we could be doing anti-ICE protest coverage in Maine because, of course, the intrepid live streamers, BG on the scene, and also Mercado are on the ground at a live protest that is going on in Maine right now. And I really thought about it. I was like, I'm going to be going up to the Maine stuff tomorrow. I will be on the ground in Maine tomorrow covering what's ever going on. I'm not a live streamer, so I'm not going to do that, but I will be recording stuff and I will be like reporting back. No, I weigh 135. Don't take that away from me. I weigh 135 right now or thereabouts. It's ruffling around that number. So yeah. Anyway. So I will be going to Maine tomorrow. I couldn't go up to Maine today because I had other shit I needed to do, but I will be going up tomorrow. And so I kind of thought, I was like, do we behave responsibly and watch the protest coverage? And then I started watching some of the protest coverage and I was like, this is a bunch of old white liberals talking. So I didn't want to do it. And I think everyone will forgive me for that. I really do. I think everyone will forgive me. There's a rally going on in Maine right now. They're giving a bunch of speeches. We can watch it another time if we really want to. But I was like, do I really want to spend my Friday listening to a bunch of old white liberals, not even socialists, like fucking liberals? And I'm like, no. It's my Friday too. I feel like this week has lasted a million years at this point, so I need my Friday. When am I going to stop keto? I don't know. Probably never. I mean, I don't know. Like, I really like keto. I like it. And listen, I'm certainly being less, now that I've dropped all the weight that I really need to drop, like, I'm being less restrictive about myself. So you got to understand, for like 6 months, I ate almost nothing except chicken, eggs, cheese, and protein shakes. I mean, occasionally we would have some steak in there. Occasionally we'd have some fish. But like, I mean, really, I cut out as many carbs as possible for 6 fucking months to lose the weight as quickly as I did. And so now that I'm kind of like in a good place with it, I'm starting to like, maybe I want to have a cheeseburger from McDonald's. Okay. Maybe I want a quarter pounder with cheese from McDonald's and I don't want to have to get rid of the bun. I like the bun. The bun is part of the nostalgia. So I've allowed myself to have one of those. Maybe I want to have a Chicago hot dog when I'm in Chicago. Maybe I want to go to Five Guys. Maybe I want to have an ice cream. Maybe I want to do those things. And so I've been like slowly kind of like allowing myself to have things that I wouldn't have allowed myself to have while I was still dropping the weight. But the thing of it is with keto is like, I honestly just feel much better. And I actually like a lot of the keto food. I really just genuinely like it. It tastes really good and it doesn't make my body feel gross. And as long as I'm on keto, my appetite is relatively like it's suppressed basically. Like I eat like once a day. And so I just feel better all around on keto. I like the food. So I'm not planning on like stopping keto. What I am doing is saying, you know what, Karlyn, if you want to have a fucking ice cream, you can have an ice cream. That's just gonna be the way it is. Okay. I have earned my ice cream privileges back. But I'm also not eating, again, because of like the keto. When I do have a snack like that, I'm not eating as much of it as I was before, and I just don't want to. Like my body can't handle it, honestly. So you guys would be shocked at how little food I need now. It's actually crazy. Victor and I try to go out to breakfast like once a week when he has a day off because Victor loves breakfast more than any other meal. And so when Victor has a day off, like we sleep in, we cuddle, you know, whatever. But like then we go out to breakfast at like some all day breakfast place. And so like and like I'm always like I can like barely even eat half of the fucking meal. And I always feel like I need to apologize to my husband. I'm like, I can't even eat this. Like I can't eat anymore. I'm done. Anyway, so there's the answer to that. So we could do protest coverage today. We could, but I would rather spend my time getting caught up on the quartering. Because listen, man, listen, the quartering is still an asshole. The quartering is still getting dragged all over the internet, and it's funny. And I'm enjoying it because the quartering was part of a gang stalking group. He wasn't the leader of it, but he was definitely supporting the gang stalking that I endured for 2 fucking years. So fuck him. Also, fuck Chrissy Mayer. Because Chrissy Mayer was also involved in the fucking gang stalking, even more than the quartering was. So to watch the downfall of 2 people, and I have no issue with Melanie Mack other than Melanie Mack needs to start elevating her jewelry, honestly. Like, I totally get, like, being emo or goth or whatever, even though she's not quite as old as me, but she's, like, almost as old as me. And, like, I totally get, like, that whole vibe. I totally get that style. All I ask of Melanie Mack is that can she please elevate her jewelry? Do we have to be wearing the plastic choker from the quarter machine? Can't she get a nice Louboutin choker? Can't she get some, like a nice chain or something like that? There's all sorts of like much higher quality jewelry that would fit in perfectly with her style, and yet she insists on the fucking plastic choker from the quarter machine at Walmart. Like, I don't understand it. So that's really my only beef with Melanie Mack. I don't know her. I've never talked to her. She's never done anything to me. I don't really have any beef with her, other than I don't think she should have supported the quartering. That was retarded. That was actually fucking retarded. But you know what? Like, hopefully she learns from her mistake and repents at some point. But Chrissy Mayer can go fuck herself. And the quartering can absolutely go fuck himself. And I know we haven't been covering it as much lately because, we've had other stuff to do that's probably more important. And so I wanted to spend our fun Friday Nitwit stream to get a quartering update, and that's going to be the way it is. So the Kino Casino, I think this episode was on Tuesday, right? I think it was on Tuesday, 3 days ago. I think that's technically Tuesday in Kickspeak. So this is the latest episode of the Kino Casino. I want to check in on this, see what they said on this. But I know the Kino Casino is off because PPP is on vacation. I don't think there's anything wrong with being old and white. I just think I don't want to listen to liberal old white people that don't know what they're talking about at a rally. That's all. That's all. So also we have, and I've never watched this person, but many people have been reposting his content. So I have to assume that this might be a good resource. We have to, we're going to check into with Channel 404 News with Don Flurgandy, who has been covering the quartering stuff, and maybe we'll be keeping up in the absence of the Kino Casino for vacation. And so he's got some videos too I might want to check out just a little bit to get like the very latest quartering update, and people are recommending Don Flurgandy for that. And so I've never watched Don Flurgandy, so maybe we'll check that out as well. Also, I have a couple clips I want to watch from the quartering. I have a couple clips that have made their ways around the YouTube, and I want to watch those real quick before we dig into it. But I want you guys to know, even though we are doing lighter content today, just know that I made serious content earlier today, okay? And you guys are going to get a very special treat because, as I said, tomorrow I am going to Maine. I'm going up to Maine in the morning. I'm going to be bumming around. I'm saying exactly what I'm doing because I don't want Mercado Media to be able to say, Karlyn said she was infiltrating us. No, I am announcing publicly, I'm going to Maine tomorrow. I'm going to be bumming around Portland. I'm going to be going to protest coverage in Portland. There's a couple things I want to go to, and I'm announcing that publicly. And if anything happens to me, just know that I don't disrupt leftist events. If I'm going to a leftist event, I'm literally sitting there watching and observing and filming them. And that's it. I don't disrupt leftist events. I don't debate with leftists. I'm not going to go and agitate them like the TPUSA crowd does. I'm not going to do any of that shit. So I'm announcing that I'm going so that people know I'm going to fucking be there. And if any harm comes of me, just know it was because the leftists couldn't handle the fact that I was there observing their event. Okay? So, and hopefully it doesn't. I really hope it doesn't. I'm not going to go and agitate. I'm not going to go and debate with these people. I'm not going to go and fight with these people. I'm not going to try to disrupt whatever the fuck they're going to do. I'm not going to do any of that, as evidenced by the fact that when I was at their other protest earlier this week, I didn't do any of that. All I did was video. That's it. That's all I did. So we'll see if the leftists allow me to be there without assaulting me or chasing me away or something like that, or quite frankly, starting shit with me. Because Mercado Media is going to be on the ground. BG on the Scene is going to be on the ground. Maybe you guys will be able to see me on the live feeds. Who really knows? If you see me on the live feeds, take a screenshot to make sure people know how fucking thin I am now and that it's real and that it's not mysterious filters that I put on the internet. Because no, this is not undercover. It is not undercover if you are announcing it live on the internet. I will not be wearing a disguise. I am not. Why would you think that I would announce on the internet, guys, I'm going undercover at this event at this time? And you're like, come on. So that's what I'll be doing tomorrow. Now, I do not think that I'm going to be back by 6 p.m. tomorrow. I am planning on coming back tomorrow night. I do not think I'm going to be back in time for Socialism Saturday. So, but I will be back later, and I do plan on streaming when I actually get home from Maine. However, I have a very special surprise for you guys. In lieu of Socialism Saturday, just this morning, I did an interview with one of my absolute favorite people, Joshua Lissick. Joshua Lissick is a ghostwriter that works with a lot of conservative authors, but Joshua Lissick has also written a book in his own, by himself, called Haitians of Springfield, an Oral History. And I had an hour-long conversation with Joshua earlier today that I recorded. We didn't live stream it, but I did record it. And it is fascinating. Basically, Joshua Lissick, who if he wrote the book Unhumans with Jack Posobiec, which means Joshua Lissick wrote it, but like Unhumans is actually a great book about the left in America. He did a great job. But like when Joshua Lissick announced he was doing this book, I was like, I got to talk to you, bro, because he lives near Springfield. He actually lives in Ohio. He doesn't live that far away from Springfield. And so he actually went, and because like I thought when all of the kerfuffle around the Haitians are eating the cats of Springfield happened a couple years ago, I was like, how much of this is real, honestly? And I just never had time to reverse engineer it. And I didn't care that much because it wasn't in my lane. It wasn't the thing I was covering. But I was always curious, what actually happened in Springfield with all of these Haitian immigrants? Well, Joshua Lissick went around and interviewed a whole bunch of normal people in Springfield to ask them what they think about the Haitians. And spoiler alert, they don't fucking want them there. Joshua Lissick also commissioned a survey to measure the aptitude, like the general sentiment of people in Springfield towards the Haitians. Spoiler alert, it wasn't good. And we had an amazing conversation today about what he learned in this book. It was truly fascinating. And listen, you guys know, it's not that I'm opposed to reading. I actually have a fuck ton of books in my house. I'm not opposed to reading, but I'm generally not excited about books that come from the right because typically they're propaganda and I don't want to waste my time reading propaganda. But like what Joshua Lissick has done is actually just really solid research and journalism, on the ground interviews with a whole bunch of normal people. And I, as soon as I saw he was publishing this book, I was like, okay, now I'm actually going to be able to find out what's going on in Springfield with the Haitians. And it's so much worse than what people think. It's actually so much worse than anything that I saw get reported at the time. And so I'm so glad he wrote this book. And I'm going to be premiering this interview tomorrow at 6 p.m. in lieu of Socialism Saturday. And then when I return from Maine tomorrow, we will stream and probably do protest coverage from the day because there's going to be like 70 protests nationwide, 70. There are protests set up in at least 70 major U.S. cities. And so we're going to see a shit ton of anti-ICE protesting tomorrow. And so probably we will do protest coverage when I come back. But there may also be other stuff that comes up as well. There may also be other stuff. But probably we'll be doing anti-ICE protest coverage tomorrow. Probably that is what is going to happen. So I want to give you guys a heads up about that. I really recommend you guys tune in. And if you can't tune in tomorrow, then watch it on demand because it was just such an awesome conversation. Joshua Lissick is such a good guy. And, you know, he's one of the few people out there that I actually think gets it. And he's also trying to build a library of books that help people to understand what's going on. And so even though I don't like some of the people he works with sometime, that's okay. I don't have to. Data Republican, cough, cough, Data Republican. But he's still doing the Lord's work. And I appreciate him taking the time to talk to us. And yeah, no, this is basically what Joshua said. No one living in Springfield wants the Haitians there. Yeah, exactly. That's essentially what Joshua Lissick said. Oh yeah, Marco Rubio is a massive retard that is completely wrong about everything he said. The end. I covered this yesterday on the stream. Don't listen to anything anyone in the Trump administration says. About the left especially, but I think the Trump administration is massively lying to the American people. I really do. And so I think it's all propaganda. Fuck Marco Rubio. Everything he said is bullshit. It's not real. Springfield, Ohio. Little Miss, thank you so much for the gifted channel ship, my friend. W's to you. W's to you. Well, it started with the Party for Socialism and Liberation organizing the National Day of Action, but now the DSA is promoting it. Now 5051 is promoting it. I think Indivisible is promoting it as well. So it started with the PSL, but now all of these other groups are signing on to it. So I do expect a really big day of protesting tomorrow. So we'll see. We'll see. But let's get into it, guys. We're doing a quartering episode today. I have a couple of clips I want to watch of the quartering before we get into the Keno Casino. This is one that I specifically commented on that was posted on Twitter because it was so funny. It was so funny because I felt like Jeremy Hambly was describing the situation that happened with people gang stalking me, and Jeremy supported the people gang stalking me, and now the same thing that happened to me is happening to him, and he's crying about it on the internet. Too bad, so sad, Jer. Too bad, so sad. Alex, thank you for being a member of the channel for 29 months. Point of personal privilege, PPP, ironically. I have a surprise for everyone that requires Karlyn to check her Twitter DMs. Also, happy birthday, Reagan. You'll love this one. All right, I will check my Twitter DMs right now. I will check them right now. Hang on one second. Hang on. I'm checking the DMs. Oh my God. Oh my God. Guys, when I say I have the best community on the internet, what I mean is I have the best community on the internet, and I love when people take initiative, like Alex has just done, to build a website, retardia.us, retardia.us, and it's not done yet. This is a work in progress, so it may not be perfect, but like let's just forgive him on that, okay? Let's just forgive him for that. We now have a website for the land of Retardia. And oh my God, he's got oh my God. I'm just seeing this for the first time. Citizens Hall of Fame, the finest minds Retardia has to offer. We are so... You built it in like 3 hours? Awesome, bro. Awesome. Throughout its storied and deeply questionable history, Retardia has produced a remarkable collection of individuals. Each one has contributed something to the nation. Whether that contribution was welcome is a matter of ongoing debate. We got King James Lindsay I, Constantine Kissin the Deluded, Brother Peter of the Socratic Ambush. I don't know what that is, but okay. Oh, Peter Boghossian! Oh shit! Peter Boghossian is now a resident of the land of Retardia. Helen Pluckrose, keeper of the Sensible Center. Carrie Smith is in Retardia! Yes! I love this! I love that Alex has proactively deported more people to the land of Retardia. Yes, what did he write about Carrie Smith? Carrie Smith was a committed social justice activist until she wasn't, at which point she wrote a Medium post about it that went viral and has been writing the same Medium post ever since. So fucking real. Her personal journey from woke progressive to anti-woke progressive is documented in granular detail across every platform, each retelling addressing new layers of persecution and revelation. She describes the social justice movement as a cult with eerie accuracy, apparently without noticing the community she joined to escape it has its own vocabulary, its own orthodoxy, its own heretics, and its own very strong feelings about who and who isn't thinking correctly. She is currently in excellent standing in the land of Retardia. John, thank you so much for the gifted channel ship, my friend. Really appreciate it, bro. W's in the chat for John. We got Jeremy Hambly, champion of the persecuted gamer, keeper of the sacred grievance, husband status conflict. Oh my God, Alex. The unnamed oracle, seer of things already known. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Alex, this is an amazing birthday present for Reagan. Thank you for your service to the cult. Thank you for your service to the community. We, of course, will continue to make recommendations on how to build out the Retardia website. Oh, we can click on the locations? Okay, okay. Yo! Oh my God. Oh, he's got a dossier. You know what we need to do? We need to find that clip where I invented the woods of Retardia and I was talking about banishing Leonardo Gianni to the woods of Retardia. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Hang on. Let me find it really quick because that was one of the funniest fucking things. Let me see if I can find it on my profile real quick. We got to link that clip into the woods of Retardia so people know the true origin of the woods. Leonardo Gianni. How the fuck do you spell that dumb bitch's name? Do. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Here it is. I found the clip. I found the clip. I found the clip of from Politically Provoked. Do you guys want to watch the clip of the origins of the woods of Retardia? For people who are new, now this is Politically Provoked covering the clip because it was funny as hell. If you don't know what Politically Provoked is, don't worry about it. It was a thing I used to be involved with. But like this is the origin. This clip is actually the origin of the land of Retardia. Okay, I invented off the top of my head the land of Retardia in real time during this clip. So this is the origin story, this is the lore, and this was covered by Politically Provoked. And I can go back and find the full clip too, but let's just watch this.
Oh wait, what is this? This is the clip. Okay, Karlyn describes her very not real ideal fantasy where Leonardo is kidnapped, drugged, and sent to the woods with Candace Owens, Rabbi Shmuley, and anyone. Let's see what
Yo, W. Karlyn.
Let's see what this is all about.
Let's go. Now she's speaking my language.
Stop it.
Can we include Brittany?
No,
somehow,
no,
Karlyn?
I've had a rough night, Mio. All right.
Karlyn, we could work together on this.
Here's the link if you guys want it.
No, more.
To kidnapping her in the middle of the night and removing... Yeah, let me make the sound a little bit louder on this. Let me see if I can make the sound louder. I think I need to go out and reconnect for the sound to actually be louder, though. Hang on. Her and
Wait,
sending her to an... I am not opposed to kidnapping her in the middle of the night and removing her and sending her to another more rural location where she doesn't bother anyone. I'm just saying in my fantasy world. I'm not saying in real life. I'm not advocating for that in real life. I'm not advocating for kidnapping in real life. I'm saying in my ideal fantasy world, this is make believe.
Karlyn fucking fed posting.
W. Karlyn. Wow.
Yeah, that's funny. That's
all right. I know
funny.
whose side I'm on already.
That's funny.
I cannot. It's unimaginable that the other girl is going to top that.
Well, we'll see.
And the clip has just begun.
Waiting for this
I know, right?
in real life. I'm just saying that if I lived in the same town as Leonardo and I was in charge of that town, there would be someone going to Leonardo's house and putting a bag over her head in the middle of the night and throwing her in the back of a van and taking her and driving a very long way. They're going to have to drug her or something because she's going to be crying. They're going to have to tire her. This is a fantasy. This is not real. I'm not actually advocating for this. I'm not advocating for violence or kidnapping. Just in my mind, in my dream world. And they're going to drive out to the woods.
Damn. She's real. She's going like Ben Thorpe mode. Like,
hold on, wait, Karlyn. If we can speak about this legally, then I have a lot more to say about.
You have nothing to say, Mio. All right.
I didn't know we could talk like this legally, but I have a whole lot. So, in my ideal fantasy,
no, we're not talking about your fantasies. You've done enough of your fantasies on the show, okay?
Yeah, never mind.
Yeah,
I think Karlyn's covering it pretty well.
Ugh.
long ass way. We're talking like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of miles away.
Jesus.
And they're gonna leave her in the middle of the woods.
Just real
And they'll untie her
So
and stuff.
Wait, has she
And
been
then she can
speaking with
wake up.
JF?
I don't know. She's gotten into like very well thought out, detailed plans.
I think that. I mean, this is just like how the JF thing went down, isn't it?
Could be.
She went. I took her to the middle of the woods, and she went on a permanent.
Nobody ever heard from her again.
Permanent bye vacation.
Permanent. But she went to grandma's farm.
She went to grandma's farm.
Hundreds of miles away, and she can make a life for herself somewhere else. I'm not advocating for murdering her. I would never do that. This is just a dream.
I would never do that.
Which I
Holy shit! This is the
I would
funniest
never
clip
do that.
ever. Oh my god! I'm not advocating for murder. Like I would never do something.
Karlyn has just opened up a whole new world of possibilities of the.
I'm not gonna lie.
Possibilities for me.
I thought I was gonna be on the other girl's side, but right now I'm actually kind of on Karlyn's side because this is so funny.
This is so base. There's no way that she can top that. The other
It's
girl,
so
like,
fucking funny.
okay, yeah, I'm sorry, but your fat does not begin. It doesn't hold a candle to this.
This is crazy. Yeah. Okay, I want to keep going.
I can remove someone from my world that I don't like and put them somewhere else where I never have to interact with them ever. There are many people who would be in that world. Candace Owens would be in the woods. Rabbi Shmuley would be in the woods.
See, this was a
Brittany,
great
say
segue
Brittany.
after what we were just watching.
Say Brittany, look at her face. She's thinking Brittany right now.
She's not thinking me, okay? Me and her are best friends again.
We're not best friends, Brittany.
Why did you choose over
Brittany's now
Green
blocked
White
on
Meat?
everything.
At least you read that one out loud. W. Lonely Groiper. Hey, thanks, man. And so true. You know, there is something to that, I think.
Is there?
The fact that she is Jewish, and while she may not be a Zionist per
Brittany is
se,
Jewish.
Who?
That's why she's blocked on everything.
nobody in particular, while she may not be a Zionist per se,
I don't know what happened to
She
Brittany
does
and
seem
Mio.
to
Honestly,
have
I have no
this
idea.
envy
Someone has an update. Let me
of-
know.
the white man. You know, I mean, she wishes that, like, because she learned about the world, everyone should be under the control of who? The white man. So obviously,
Like, do they even still do politically provoked anymore? I truly don't even know.
you who has to, you know, climb in through tunnels in order to even get in the ethno state. You know, there's something to that, I think. Maybe just when people see, when they would see, you know,
Brittany's
recognition
mad
and
that I'm thin now,
appreciation
though.
for
I
the
know
white
that.
man,
Brittany
there
doesn't
would
like
be
me being
deceit
thin.
and it's not a good look, really.
Thank you, ma'am.
And they say green with envy. Green like what? Witches? Green like what? Money?
Okay. First of all, I'm not envious right now.
Right now.
I am trying to get into this drama, and you guys are ruining it for me.
That was
Yeah,
a very
stop
deep
distracting her,
super
Mio.
chat. Right, I can tell bro's a thinker.
Oh, shut up.
Back to me. I
Sorry,
should have
what
ended
you
up
were
there
saying,
now.
Chris?
With an
Trying to
IQ
Recording the show.
below 75 would be in the woods, except for people with Down syndrome, because we can all admit that, like, people with Down syndrome, they bring joy. And there is a pure energy about them. And we don't want to banish them to the woods because they're good.
She wants all the blacks in the woods. I'm down with this. You know, I'm not hearing anything I don't like so far.
Internally, they're good. And we should take care of them and help them live a good and productive life because they bring love and purity into the world. I'm saying like black people that are criminals and stuff like that, they can go into the woods.
Let's go.
They can all live together.
In the woods,
In the
what? Like
woods.
monkeys? That sounds
Away.
racist, Karlyn.
It'll turn into like a third world country. It'll turn into Africa. And that's okay. It's okay that it turns, you know what? There are a lot of people that live in Africa and it's fine.
Jeez,
Fine for them. I don't have to be there though.
It's fine.
I
It's
can
fine.
continue to be in New Hampshire
It's
where I
fine.
am.
Oh my
You said
god.
it's fine.
That was the best clip
Anyway.
ever.
She said they live like that in Africa, and it's
I'm
fine.
not opposed.
That was
There's like
amazing. I'm
children
gonna retweet
getting
it.
their arms chopped off for not killing their family members, and it's fine, whatever.
So-
That's how they want to live. Whatever.
So that is the origin, guys. For people who don't know the lore, you haven't been around long enough. That was literally the origin point of Retardia, and specifically the woods of Retardia. That I literally invented that off the top of my head, and we later relocated the woods to Retardia because we had everything else in the land of Retardia. And so anyway, Alex has done us a great service by building an official website for the land of Retardia. And I think we should continue to work on this, Alex. I think there's more we can build out. Because really, like, there have been so many people who have joined the community since we created the land of Retardia that I feel like people need to be brought up to speed, and we need an easy way to give them the lore of the community. Also, we can continue to make fun of the people that we don't like in a little bit more of a productive way. So W's, Alex, massive W's on the Retardia website. Again, that is retardia.us. If you would like to explore the origins of the land of Retardia in your free time, of course. And thank you for that, Alex. Okay, now back to the quartering stuff. Okay. We are now getting into the quartering segment. And so everyone who is here for the quartering, you're like, fucking finally, woman. You've been blabbing for a fucking hour. Okay, we're getting into the quartering segment, all right? This is a clip of the quartering that I thought was funny because he basically described what he and his fucking friends did to me for 2 years of my life, and now it's happening to him, and he's really upset about it. Let's listen.
It isn't. They're just mad. They're mad at the world. They're mad that, I don't know, things didn't work out for them the way they wanted. And I get that. But what I don't get is harassing people that I do business with, going after my sponsors. Losing sponsors, that's an actionable item. Defamation.
Threatening to sue
right? They were
people
emailing
now.
my sponsors saying that I was doing drunk ad reads for them, right? Obviously I wasn't. And my sponsors knew that. Not all of them. Some of them just couldn't deal with the constant barrage of harassment. These are real financial hits that are tied to the defamatory statements. You see what I'm saying? Do you see where I'm going with this? It's sad because it gets some clicks, and that's okay. Good for you. Now, at some point, the issue is they know it's not worth it for me. Like when you're a failed race car truck driver, or your YouTube channel is basically dead, it's not worth it for me to file some sort of lawsuit against you for defamation. But at some point it's going to become worth it because I have all of this stuff lined up, right? I can tie direct lines from these statements from certain commentators to real world harassment to their fake reviews on Amazon. Like, this would not go well for them.
So what Jeremy Hambly is describing is people that work for him are getting messages they don't like. People are leaving false negative reviews for him. People are saying things on the internet that are inconvenient for him and are destroying his reputation. Jeremy, that sounds eerily like what your friends did to me for 2 fucking straight years, with you supporting them the entire way and elevating their bullshit lies about me to make it even more impactful on the work I was trying to do in building up an ecosystem to expose the left and teach people about it. And the entire fucking time I was doing this a couple years ago, all throughout 2022, it started in 2021, but it went all throughout 2022, all throughout 2023, into 2024, almost every fucking day of my life, people are emailing people about me, people are spreading DMs about me, people are lying about me all over the internet, people are spreading defamatory lies about me. And guess what, Jeremy? Guess what? It's your fucking turn, you dumb bitch. Suffer, Jer. I don't give a flying fuck if people are doing things you don't like, because you supported people doing that shit to me for 2 years of my life, and I'm not the only one who has a story like that. So if people want to know why I'm covering so much of this quartering stuff, it's because Jeremy Hambly supported that shit, Chrissy Mayer supported that shit, Chrissy Mayer's simp husband, Frank, supported that shit. It was constant, never-ending bullshit for 2 straight years of my life that put me into a clinical depression, and the people doing the gang stalking stated that they were doing it to try to get me to kill myself. So, I don't give a flying fuck how much Jeremy from the quartering suffers now that people are doing exactly the same thing to him as they were doing to me. Turnabout is fair play, you fat fuck. There's also this clip that I haven't watched yet of apparently Jeremy talking about Tim Pool. Let's watch this.
Or TikTok influencers that I find to generally be scumbags, who are the furthest from who they really say they are. Now, you could talk about certain quote unquote internet friends that I thought I had over the years that were willing to turn on you for $100. But most of those people that did that matched the stories about what I heard about them behind the scenes. You know, people that would sell you out at your lowest moment to make a single video and profit from it. You could always kind of tell. And I'm not going to name names, but they know who they are. Now, to be fair, I've partaken in some of the...
I heard about this.
Like roasting of Tim over the years. Not really Tim himself, but, you know, the Eliza Blue stuff, the Jack Murphy stuff. At the time, I thought, wow, this is a great thing to do. This is funny. People like it. But what I really learned is that the way Tim handled like the Eliza Blue situation and the Jack Murphy situation was actually the right way. To not bend the knee to the mob, to not let random internet people who probably aren't regular viewers of your show dictate what you talk about or what you do. And I learned a lot from Tim, the way he handled some of his controversies. And, you know, I see other people in this space, you know, there's a very big stream on Friday nights. And I see, you know, the people that run that show acting cowardly and making decisions based on what will affect their super chats the most.
Hey, maybe they made decisions based on Chrissy Mayer not being funny. Chrissy Mayer is not funny. Chrissy Mayer has never been funny. Chrissy Mayer accidentally made one funny joke like 4 years ago and has been riding off of that one funny joke for the last several years, when literally nothing else that Chrissy Mayer has said or done has been funny. A broken clock is right twice a day. She did a funny one time that people liked and then just coasted on that thing being funny and people were waiting for her to be more funny, but she never was. Chrissy Mayer isn't smart. She isn't insightful. She isn't fucking funny. And maybe she got fired from Friday Night Tights because no one really liked her and no one wanted to go to bat for her because they all know that she's unfunny. And this was a convenient excuse for Friday Night Tights to boot her ass because she's not fucking funny.
And I don't judge them for it, because I would have done the same thing 3 or 4 years ago too. I learned by being on the receiving end of mobs that there is no pleasing the mob. So, you know, if people start dogpiling you in your chat and you fire staff members, for example, and pretend that you didn't fire them simply because people don't like them, that's pathetic. That's audience capture. Tim Pool has never been that guy. He does what he does. Sure, he's had a few on-air meltdowns before, but who hasn't? And he's one of the good ones. You know, Tim is just about business. He's about being a good guy, being a good husband, and he's about business. And I respect that greatly out of him. And he's just exactly what you would expect off camera. He's not any different. And I've come to respect that a lot more over the years because I've seen so many examples of that being the opposite. And that's the exact reason I don't normally go to these. Even when I went to AmFest, I didn't go to a single one of the parties. And yes, I was invited.
Yeah, I don't actually believe he was invited. I don't believe he was. Okay, so he's glazing Tim. That wasn't that big of a deal. All right. This is Kino Casino's episode from Tuesday. I haven't seen this yet. So we're going to watch some quartering coverage via the Kino Casino. And okay, so I have an announcement to make. I have gotten a message from my husband that I need to do something else around 7:30 p.m. Okay, so I'm just giving you guys a quick time check. I have to go do something at 7:30 p.m. because I got a message from Victor about it, and so we are going to be watching for like the next hour or so. I should be able to come back later and do a part 2 to this stream, maybe depending on how things go. But I just wanna like give people like a heads up because we are, actually starting the stream. I will be doing this for about an hour and then I got to bounce for a little bit. I should be able to come back later. That's just the way it goes, man. That's just, you guys can keep the seats warm. You can go get some snacks at the store or whatever. Soul Quest, thank you so much for the super chat. It's awesome to see you survive and thrive long enough to watch your enemies receive their self-imposed karma. Yo, honestly, it has been so vindicating. It really has. It really has. There was a long time where I didn't know if I would ever be able to see the downfall of the people who literally wanted to try to get me to kill myself. Like, that was a very, very real thing. They did everything they could think of to harass me, to defame me, to lie about me all over the fucking internet, to make every single day of my life a living, breathing hell for years. I never thought I would get to see their downfall, and I never thought I would really get the vindication. But in the last several months, especially, I have been massively vindicated on every single front. Literally every single front. And on top of that, my work exposing the left is more successful than ever. I have more support than ever. I am now the queen bee expert of the fucking internet in what I do, and everyone knows it. And everyone knows it. And I don't know how I made it through those 2 years. I really, really don't. Looking back on it, I'm like, how the fuck did I even survive this? How did I make it through and continue to, do what I could to build what I have today? But I did. And so, honestly, one of the biggest W's of my life. One of the biggest W's of my life. Making it through all of that bullshit. And if people don't know what I'm talking about, it was documented on the channel back in the day. You can go back and see just how bad it was. But yeah, I feel really good about that. And all these people can go fuck themselves. And I'm not going to have empathy for them. I'm just not. I'm not going to have empathy for them because they tried to destroy my life. They literally did. Little Miss, thank you so much for the super chat. I remember trying to keep encouraging you to get through the nightmare you were going through. So many people did. I had so many people in the community that were there the entire time, and they never left. And they encouraged me, and they tried to get me to focus. And truly, I would not be here today if it wasn't for the people who were around back then in the community that dragged me kicking and screaming through that ordeal. So thank you to all of you who were there. If you weren't there, probably for the best. But let's just dig into the Kino Casino and let's see what they had to say, and we'll watch this for about an hour, and then I have to go do something else, and I will come back later.
There was no chance in hell that I was letting this opportunity to go by. To not dunk on Jeremy Dale Hambly of Wisconsin being banned from the Ren Fair.
Banned from the Ren Fair.
Cope, buddy. Pretending that he's at the Ren Fair. Pretending like he took a photograph of him there. But actually, it's a stock image from the website from 2 years ago.
Oh, no way.
People emailed the Ren Fair.
No way.
I saw that not only was he...
I saw that Jeremy was lying about being at the Ren Fair, and he was trying to make people believe he got around his ban from the Ren Fair. I didn't realize he used a stock photo from the website. That's just pathetic. Jeremy, that's fucking pathetic. You used a stock photo from the Ren Fair to pretend you were at the Ren Fair, even though everyone knows that you got banned from the Ren Fair. How desperate are you?
Not allowed in. Not only was the picture fraudulent from years ago because the horse was wearing a different trim in the photograph than then, but that Jeremy Hambly even lied about the temperature it was outside.
No!
Wow.
That's right, chat. That's right. He lied about the temperature, DSP style. He said it was a full sun, 90 degrees outside, but the Ren Fair was so petty that they corrected it and said it was only 83 degrees.
What the fuck? That's the
The Ren Fair issued a correction on the temperature. That's hilarious.
biggest expose
That's
ever.
a level of pettiness and hatred from the Ren Fair that we could only dream of. But it's real. It's damn real.
Yes.
Then today, Jeremy Hambly, this quartering vlog channel, it's a complete and utter psychotic break from reality. Like, he's lost his mind. He's seething because
bad.
Luther, Misty Moshi, Don Flurgandy, the Keno Orange Grove, everybody, Camelot, Yellow Flash, everybody's been exposing him, right?
Yeah.
He's cooked. By the way,
Yo, you guys ready for a dad joke? We got a dad joke incoming. Dad joke incoming from Murphy's Pool, the king, the legend. What is a vampire's favorite type of ship? A blood vessel. Thanks, MP. Appreciate you, bro.
Jer exposed himself by posting up his shipping labels by accident.
Yeah.
Right? And then he's going to hold it against everybody else. Now, Jeremy, for whatever reason, seems to believe that he can rewrite reality on the fly, even though he's made statements in text and statements on video, on live stream and in pre-recorded videos, to the contrary of everything that he's saying in this video. He believes that he can gaslight everybody who already has this evidence, because it's not like this channel is aimed towards the people that actually like quartering. It's obvious the channel only exists to impotently see that the A-logs and try and get clickbait engagement off the only audience of people that give a fuck about him, which is the people that hate him, right? And so who do you think you're fooling with this stuff? Like, when he tries to claim he never said he had a factory, he never said that he roasted his own coffee.
Bundy.
He never claimed that he purchased a K-Cup machine.
Oh my God.
I went back and I pulled the receipt.
Let's go.
Not only in 2025, in March of 2025, did quartering claim that he put $80,000 on his credit card to purchase the K-Cup machine, implying, like, the truth is, he said that he already bought the K-Cup machine. But 3 years prior, in 2022, I pulled from the Jerilizer quartering's statement at that time that he had purchased a K-Cup machine for $50,000.
Wait, so he claims he bought one, then had to GoFundMe later?
So, yeah.
Scam
So
artist, scam artist.
So in
Holy
2022.
shit. So he claimed he bought a K-Cup machine for $50,000. That wasn't real. He then later did a crowdfunding campaign for $80,000 for another K-Cup machine that he never actually bought. Wow.
He claimed right from the beginning that he had purchased a $50,000 K-Cup machine, and that's where your K-Cups were coming from in 2022. Fast forward 3 years later, and he's pretending like he never purchased a K-Cup machine. He's invented this fantasy of his K-Cup supplier being tainted by liberals, and they canceled his order, so he couldn't fulfill anything. So now it's under attack, and you guys need to...
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Guys, do you remember the conservative magatard from the protest Do you guys that I was at the other day? Do you guys remember how I told you that? Do you guys remember how the conservative magatard at the main protest called me a dumb cunt and threatened me multiple times because he didn't know who I was and he didn't actually realize that he followed me on Twitter? Well, the conservative magatard, I have just been alerted by Twitter. The conservative magatard has figured out who I am. He still follows me on Twitter. Why is Karlyn Borysenko so close to me? She got indignant when I told her to back up. She acts just like a leftist. She is a leftist. Called me a super chat. No, I called you a magatard. I called you a retard. And he tagged me and then he posted a picture of me. There I am. There I am in all of my glory. There I am. He thinks he's owned me with that picture. He thinks, you think my double chin's fucking gone, I'll tell you that. So I'm just going to put the link to this in the chat. And if you guys want to reply to him, there is the link in the chat. If you guys want to go laugh at him on Twitter. Yeah, still skinny. Still skinny. So look at my fucking cheekbones. Look at my cheekbones. Look at my not a fucking wrinkle. No wrinkles. I wasn't wearing makeup, guys. I'm 45 years old. No wrinkles. No fucking makeup. No weird skin thing. Amazing cheekbones. W me. W me. Even in a picture where a magatard is trying to make fun of me. W me. I told him when he called me a dumb cunt that he was going to be really excited when he found out who I was. Because he follows me on Twitter. Investigative journalist. Yeah, okay, bro. Yeah, okay. Okay. Yeah, okay. Back to this.
Buy the Mother's Day box because he's put $80,000 on a personal credit card for the K-Cup machine. Okay? Now he's claiming, no, there was never a K-Cup machine. By the way, he did a whole walkthrough of his supposed coffee factory, which we're going to examine today because Quartering is now claiming there was never any coffee factory. What? That it was always being roasted by a partner. Now, you really got to ask yourself, if the coffee is being roasted by somebody else, if it's being packaged by somebody else, if it's being shipped by somebody else, how can your coffee company make the claim in March of 2025 that he made that it's vertically integrated? For those of you who don't know, vertical integration is a business strategy where instead of outsourcing your business process to other people, you bring it all in-house. So you own your own coffee plantation. You have your own factory with the K-Cup machine and the roasting equipment. You own your own packaging facility where you make the packaging, you package it. You have a fulfillment center with guys that are shipping this stuff off. These are the claims that Jeremy made in the past and claimed that he was going into hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of debt to where he was going to go to debtor's prison. I pulled the tape. I listened to it right before this show. Jeremy said he had to sell his Neo Geo and NES collections, which was a lie. He sold it later on this year when shit really hit the fucking fan. But he's claiming he had to sell that because he would be put in debtor's prison. And so on the false pretense that he was in hundreds of thousands of dollars of debt for equipment that he never actually purchased and lied to everybody. Yes. He lied to everybody. He said he purchased this shit. He told everybody they had to buy his Mother's Day boxes or he would go to debtor's prison. Now he's telling everybody, after he swindled all of those people, and most of them are long gone because they realize Quartering is a scam artist. What he's doing is fucked. It's deceptive. You know what I mean?
He's fat.
Now it's I always used a roasting partner. Really? By the way, the Mill Creek facility, the coffee factory, right? Why are they in coffee brand coffee shirts if you don't roast it, if you don't have a facility, if there was always a roasting partner? You know what I mean? It's just insane. And the lack of shame and just the fucking dirtiness of these lies upon lies upon lies. And you just uncover more lies. So I went back to this video where he talked about going to debtor's prison. He said that he had no business partners in coffee brand coffee and that he would never bring on business partners. That was in March of 2025. Fast forward to last week, Quartering's telling us that he did have partners in the business, that he had to buy out their shares of the business in order to put the product in Walmart. And then you go back and you listen to this shit, and back then he's promising that it was going to be in grocery stores by the end of that year. It's now fucking this year.
Then he said this month, next month, 2 months, end of year, this, that. He's a lie.
I don't know that the Quartering ever stole my work because I don't think the Quartering is smart enough to understand my work. The Quartering's coverage of the left was basically, if I do like a college level, graduate course level analysis of the left, the Quartering does like a kindergarten analysis of the left. He's basically using crayons and finger paints and shit like that, whereas I'm doing in-depth advanced analysis. So I don't think he ever stole my work, but he certainly supported people who were gang stalking me for years. So fuck him.
It's
just insane, Andy. It's just crazy. And it's like, what is this? Is pathological at a certain point. And then in these videos that he
don't remember, honestly. Maybe
he contradicts himself sometimes within the same sentence because he can't keep his lies straight. So on the one hand, Quartering wants to present he's the victim of harassment, of a life ruination campaign where his money is being taken away from him. He's being unfairly targeted. He has grounds to sue Yellow Flash and Camelot and us and Luther Morgan. And he's going to dox Dangle where Luther Morgan lives and all of this shit, right? So he's like being threatened. He's under attack. But on the other hand, he's unbothered. All the attacks against him are impotent. It's accomplished nothing. To the point where, like, there's a sentence that really nails it in a nutshell.
Like John Flurgandy?
Where he claims, oh, these guys.
So when I come back later, and we do part 2 of this stream, we're probably going to watch Don Flurgandy. So I've never watched him before, but if we've got a Soul Quest recommendation, then that's good enough for me.
Contacted my sponsors, and of course my sponsors laughed at it, and they didn't care because they knew I wasn't drunk doing ad reads. And then halfway through that sentence, he immediately corrects and goes, no, well, actually, some of them didn't know it was a joke or a troll, and they actually fired me.
Thank you.
And it's like, if your sponsor can't tell if you're sober or not during the ad read, that's on you, motherfucker. That's on you for being so incompetent that you sound like you're fucking drunk while you do the ad read because you're slurring and bumbling your words like a drunk.
Is he threatening to sue?
And for the record, I just want to say this for the benefit of Jeremy from the Quartering. Jeremy, I don't have to do ad reads. You want to know why I don't have to do ad reads? And I have never had to. Well, no, I did a couple times in 2020 to experiment with it, but I have not done ad reads in years, especially recently. And do you know why I don't have to do ad reads and burden my audience with having to hear stuff they don't want to deal with? Is because I am completely independently funded by my audience. And I'm not such a money-grubbing whore that I'm going to do an ad read that I don't want to do, that my audience doesn't want to do, for additional money because I am completely funded by my audience. Unlike Jeremy of the Quartering, who doesn't get remotely anywhere close to the amount of super chats and channel memberships that I get. I mean, Friday's a light day because we do lighter content, but during the week, my chat is tremendously generous. I make way more fucking money than the Quartering does right now. And so, and as a thank you to my chat who so generously supports me. And guys, if you want to send some channel memberships right now or some super chats just to emphasize this, now's going to be the time to do it. As a thank you to my chat for generously supporting my work, I don't do ad reads. Because fuck that. If I recommend something, if I recommend a product or a website or a person or something like that, it will never be because I am paid to do so. And I want people to know that. It will be like when I talk about Whatnot. I fucking love Whatnot. Whatnot's amazing. If I'm saying go on Whatnot and buy cool shit, it's not because I'm being paid by Whatnot to do it. It's because I actually just like it. Anyway.
People who did that?
Well, yeah. So in his mind, right, he's created this grand conspiracy where Camelot and Yellow Flash, because he won't even mention us anymore because he's so shook, right?
Yeah.
So now Camelot and Yellow Flash, in his mind, are orchestrating a conspiracy where they're having members of their audience go through his garbage. Like, they've ordered this. Like, this is basically what he's saying. He's saying that they've instructed people to go to his facilities and harass employees, steal his garbage. They're doing all this crazy stuff to Jer. They're contacting his sponsors.
We got a Rumble rant from the Giant Toad over on Rumble thanks for the 20, bro. Suffer, Jer. Suffer, bish. Love it, bro. Thank you.
And he's like, I have damages from this and you guys are liable. It's like, there's no evidence in the world that anybody is directing this stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Let alone that they even endorse this fucking activity. You retard. Nor has he actually provided any evidence of any of this harassment that he claims is on videotape. You'd think if he was actually having this shit happen to him, that he would, release some proof that any of this shit ever even happened. But no. And then he's talking about, lawsuit this, lawsuit that. But, they don't have anything. It's like, doesn't Camelot have like a fucking race car that's worth a lot of money? Doesn't he own his own home? Same thing with Yellow Flash. Like, I think the reality, Jeremy, is that you don't have any fucking money to sue anybody. Nor do you have a fucking leg to
Defamation lawsuits are incredibly expensive, even when they are a slam dunk. Karlyn, how do you know this? Because I had people massively defaming me for years, which meant I had to talk to multiple lawyers about that. And basically, the lawyers told me, listen, even if you win this, it's going to cost you a lot of fucking money. And unless you think these people actually have that money, you may actually end up spending more on the defamation lawsuit, even if you win it, than you would get in return because they don't have any money to pay you. So, Carl, why did I never file a defamation lawsuit? Wasn't because I couldn't. I would have 100% won. There was no doubt about it. It was prohibitively expensive for me to do it. And so do I believe that Jeremy from the Quartering, who apparently can't make any money doing anything, do I believe he has the money to file a defamation lawsuit? No.
Stand on. Because if this guy, even in Canada, even if he was to sue us about this dropship coffee claim, we would win. Because the truth is, his coffee is fucking dropship.
It's dropshipped. He's a liar.
It is.
They're scams.
I gotta pee, guys.
You're a scam artist.
The truth is with us. Like, it's established.
Literally.
You're admitting that somebody else is creating the product. Somebody else is roasting the fucking coffee, and then it gets sent to Amazon that's then sent out. I'm sorry, that's a straight up drop ship. Now,
he fucking raised money.
I don't think there's anything wrong with fucking drop shipping. That's how most coffee companies do it. Most YouTuber coffees are drop shipping. But he's a scammer because he lied.
And he raised the money too for the fucking thing.
He's still lying about it. And it's like, the reason, by the way, also you're never going to sue anybody is because then you'll have to turn everything over in discovery about this coffee company. And it's going to turn out, because it already has, that it's all true. That it's white label coffee sucks. That it's drop ship, that you don't have a coffee factory, you don't roast it yourself, you don't package it yourself, you don't handle fulfillment yourself. Customer service, I guess you handle, but you have no employees now by your own admission.
No employees.
The thing is, Quartering is such a liar and has contradicted himself so many times that it's impossible to take anything he says at face value at this point. There's a new revelation. There's a contradiction here. It's like Jared lies like he fucking breathes, and he lies like a child.
True.
And he doesn't even think about what his past lies were. And it's getting to the point where this is going to be like a DSP, and it already is a DSP situation. And what I was talking to Andy about before this was, before Quartering flagged down our clip channel, right? Before he did that,
it was just us making happy birthday, we love you.
This was a very limited problem that the moment we got bored with doing Quartering, the audience didn't want Quartering anymore or whatever, it would kind of go away. But because of the way that Jeremy Hambly has handled this, this is going to continue regardless of if me and Andy get struck by lightning tomorrow or hit by a fucking bus.
True.
Because Luther Morgan, Don Flurgandy,
Don fucking Camelot, Yellow Flash,
all these
everyone.
guys, they're still going to keep doing this. And one of the biggest pieces of evidence for this was last night, Chrissy Mayer went on Tim Pool. And you know, she's so radioactive just by third-hand association and defending and sweeping for Jer that even months later, she can't go on any show without the entire chat being oranges.
Yeah.
And I purposefully did not signal boost,
awesome.
nor did Andy,
No.
that she was going to be on this show. And despite the fact that neither of us directed anybody to go there, directly or even indirectly via a retweet, and yet still hundreds, if not thousands of people showed up in that chat to throw oranges, to call out Jeremy for his scams and his lies,
with that.
indicates that we've started the fire. And no longer do we even have to carry the torch of felting Jer, because Jer has made it so that there's an entire cottage industry of people that are felting him on the daily and making really good money doing so, to the point where tonight there's now 3 live streams, all live at the same time. Our show, Don Flurgandy's show, and Luther Morgan's show.
Shout out.
And
wow,
all of these shows are close to 1,000 viewers. Our show right now has about 7,500 viewers.
That's wild.
So there's a massive audience for this. Dawn and Luther were going head to head. Both of them had like 600 live viewers. So this is never going away, quartering. You have to actually address this stuff, or shut the fuck up and stop trying to argue with people in an insane way. And he just keeps choosing these weird half measures rather than just stop live streaming and shut the fuck up about all the controversy, all the drama, all the bullshit, or directly addressing all of it and getting out his side to everybody so it's handled once and for all. Instead, he chooses this weird half measure, which is the worst thing he could do, where he has a quartering vlog channel that's twice weekly uploads are entirely dedicated to what the trolls and A-logs are saying about him.
Seething
and molding and being so mad about it. And it's just encouraging the behavior. And it's like, if you really are under attack and your family's living in fear and your business relationships are being disrupted, why do you keep kicking the fucking hornet's nest?
Guys, I just want to remind people that in the 2 years that I was gang stalked every day of my life, the worst thing they could find on me was I dated someone in college 25 years ago that later went to prison for something that I absolutely do not believe he did. And I've laid out all this stuff before about what happened. He was railroaded by the government. He got threatened with a lot more time in prison. He pled guilty even though he was innocent because he got threatened with a lot more time in prison. He was basically fucked because of how the government railroaded him. This has happened a million times to tons of other people. He is not the only person in history to get railroaded by the government. And so I am fully committed. I will never back down on this. He did not do what he was accused of. So I stood by him in prison. And I continued to like banter with him and be friends with him the entire fucking time. And that is the worst thing that they were ever able to find on me. And they dug into every single part of my life. They tried to twist things to be things they weren't. They were so desperate for evidence against me that they were literally photoshopping evidence all the fucking time. That was all they got on me. So I had all these people actively digging into my life to try to destroy me and silence me for 2 straight years. And the worst thing they ever got that was actually related to the truth, but not, of course, they didn't tell the truth about it, was I dated someone in college 25 years ago. By the way, they then went around the internet and told everyone I married him, when I never married him. I've been married to one person and one person only, and that person is my husband. And that is not the same person I dated in college. And so they have now smeared my husband massively because they tried to tell everyone that I was marrying the guy that went to prison, when in fact I never married him. I married one person, and I met, dated, and married him while my friend was in prison. So I just want to note that like people are focused on Jeremy's life and they're picking apart every piece of Jeremy's life. People did that to me and they couldn't find anything. The reason that's more and more shit keeps coming out about Jeremy is because he is an underhanded snake of a fucking human being, okay? They tried to do it to me thinking they were going to uncover all this dirt and all this scandal and all this stuff. And my fucking life is so boring in real life that they literally had to Photoshop evidence to use against me. That was how bad it was. So I'm just saying.
What? Because obviously none of that's even fucking happening.
If Jeremy hadn't done so much fucked up and crazy shit, there would be nothing for them to use. And he could very easily debunk it just as I did. And that would be that.
And what's actually happening is that Jeremy is trying to farm engagement from the trolls because he's a lolcow now. And it's the only way he can actually get any attention on anything is by acting like a fucking baby and presenting his udders to be fucking milk by the farmers that are out there. It's fucking crazy what this guy has decided to do. So we're going to get into it on this show, break it all down for you guys, go over the receipts of Jeremy's past claims.
Show me the receipts.
Compared to what he did. We're going to show you guys his Monday show where he crashes out at Friday Night Tights and calls them pussies and vaginas.
Man. Oh,
and it's
no.
like, Jer, you're the one that cried like a fucking baby to Josh Moon and publicly on Twitter saying we were being too mean to you and that it had to stop and you were going to take down our channel and take away our livelihood. And he promised to ruin our lives, right? That's what Jeremy Hambly promised to do, okay? And now he's crying out of his ass that his life is being ruined and, you know, oh my God, woo, I'm the victim, I'm being harassed. And he dares to call other people pussies.
I'm being harassed. Shut the fuck up, bitch.
Because Friday Night Tights removed a toxic cancer that contributed nothing to their show, who was lying to everybody and scheming and plotting against them with Hambly and going to go work for Hambly and all this stuff. They're pussies for cutting out that cancer and continuing. And Jared's like, they did this so that they could keep their super chats. They're cowards. I told the mob to get bent. Well, they have super chats to lose, sire. You have no support. You have no money coming in. You have no genuine engagement. So just sit down and shut the fuck up.
People who flag and do that shit are fucking fags, Jeremy. Anyone who supports it deserves to be fucking shamed off the fucking internet, and that's why you're being fucking analed daily.
Yes,
again, like Ashton said,
that's why you're being fucking analed. I've never heard the word analed used in that form. I like that.
50 days off Twitter.
I'm gonna use that. That's why you're being analed.
And it's just like 100 tweets, all recommended. Felting Jer in a million different ways. Like literally every angle you could, and he deserves every fucking feltoning. And tonight, is going to be another one. And then, like,
by the way, we got Hambone is a cuck for a sub. Kino Orange Grove for 10 subs.
Let's go.
We got
no
injury even happened at all at this point. Because it seems to me, in this latest vlog, he's moving around just fucking fine.
Yeah.
And all of these, like,
is his knee not broken anymore?
Stuff he was doing is nowhere to be seen. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, you can't trust that.
He was healed immediately, right?
Wait, guys, he never provided any sort of proof of any of this. Not a picture, not anything. You know? We got He Who Throws Things says, when Jer sues you, make sure to call Heather to the stand. Well, Josh explained to Jeremy that that's what's going to happen. If there's some lawsuit about him being a cock, it's one of the worst things that you could launch, by the way. Like, ask Maddox how that shit goes, bro. You're going to sit there and argue about whether you're a cuckold or this guy's a bull or not? Like, are you fucking retarded? But that's not even what he's arguing about now. It's about the coffee company. And it's like, everything everybody's saying about this is backed up with receipts and true. And you're caught in a million contradictions and lies that you can't reconcile, sir. So I don't even care what fucking courtroom. It could be American, Canadian. It could be on the fucking moon. Jared's gonna fucking lose, bro.
Yes,
and he knows that. And he knows he's too broke.
He's just trying to scare people.
That's all it is. He's just trying to be this mafia boss and use these intimidation
scared of you,
tactics
Jer. Fuck off.
to silence people. Like, shut the fuck up. People are wishing that they should be so blessed as to incur your wrath. Because since you did this shit to us, our channel has doubled in size, doubled in donations. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Like, the guy fucking blessed us. Thanks, Jer, you stupid cunt. I don't know what else to say. So these guys, like, oh, Luther Morgan's praying to God.
You're not
Jared,
gonna do shit.
You're not gonna do anything.
And by the way,
Jeremy,
even if he wanted to, he's broke. He can't spend the money. Oh, hey, Heather, I'm gonna spend all our money on lawsuits.
Let's do a really expensive vanity project that's gonna cost six fucking figures.
Because you know his wife is already pissed at him. You know his wife, it cannot be a happy household in the Hambly household. You know his wife is already pissed at him over all of this.
Make me the pariah of YouTube, and it's going to blow up all of these allegations to where Moist Critical is going to have to talk about it. Mudahar's going to talk about it. Fire, you know what I mean? All these people, Tim Pool will be forced to actually acknowledge the situation. So none of that shit, Jeremy, is ever going to come to fruition, and you fucking know that because you're in the wrong, especially about the coffee company. Just the facts are against you, okay? They are. And so he needs to shut the fuck up. It's over. You've been exposed. You've been felted. And no matter how much you claim that you haven't been exposed, you absolutely have been. We got Bohe Pants for 10.
What?
The Andy Warskin. For
Andy Warskin, some of the names.
Guy. He was like doing these weird casting couch ads, like trying to get women to act in his independent movies to get them to take his clothes. He's a fucking weird dude.
Okay.
Well, no way, we got Bozo Beater.
What's this? This is not Jeremy from the quartering. We gotta fast forward. And Jeremy from the quartering stuff. Gotta fast forward.
Worried about you, retard.
Fast forward through the Phil segment. I don't
quit
care.
Drinking.
Okay, hang on.
Renaissance Fair. I think this was
out. Oh, your ass. Into the quartering segment.
Up their skirt. He was filming children being fucking perverted and disgusting in a family setting, just acting a fool on live stream. And of course, people let the Renaissance Fair know, this disgusting, drunken pervert is lusting after women and making them uncomfortable at your event. So they reached out to the concerned members of the public and told them that Jeremy Hambly was banned for life from not just the Ren Fair in Wisconsin, but every Ren Fair they manage across the country. And there's like a half dozen that this company is responsible for. But Jeremy Hambly made a pledge to us that he was going to the Ren Fair anyway, to own the A-logs, to own the haters and the trolls. He talked about how it was opening weekend on his live stream. And so I was like, is he going to be able to sneak in? Is Jer really going to be there and felt us all?
How would you hide yourself?
It's not like he's an inconspicuous individual.
He wear a hat,
So notice the way that Jer phrases this. 90 degrees for opening weekend at the Ren Fair. Hard to stay hydrated with all that delicious mead. So right away, Jer's not even claiming to actually be at the Ren Fair. You need to quit drinking. Quartering says, you need to eat shit. So Jer is admitting that if he was there, he would be drinking. But he's not even making a direct claim to be there. This is like the Weasley, Ricada lawyer tactics, where you imply that you're there without actually stating you're there. Now, I don't know why he's even doing this, because it's not like this is going to the court of law, or so he's going to be charged with, did he claim to attend the Ren Fair or not? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But this guy, Frankie, gives him advice. 1 cup per liter. I'm an old vet of those things. Hydrate, man. Keep it up, keep it down. Represent us, old dude. And Cornering says he mixes a bottle of water every 2 drinks. It's the only way to be an old drinker.
Cringe.
He's old. He's a drinker.
Oh my God.
So then he posts this.
I once ate an entire chocolate bar in one sitting. Like the fucking whole thing. And I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. I truly don't know what the fuck I was thinking. I was on a work trip. I was really fucking bored. And I just ate the whole fucking chocolate bar in one thing. I had such ridiculous hallucinations that night. It's like I was gone. I was not in my body that entire night. I woke up the next day. I was hungover I think I was still high the next day, but I was also hungover. It wasn't necessarily a bad trip. It was just, I was so far gone from that experience, but it turned out okay. I mean, I survived, but I'm never doing that shit again, but I survived.
Yes. Support your local Ren Fair. And obviously the implication of this photograph is that Jeremy is there at the Renaissance Fair.
That's his photo, right? He's at the side.
He's taken this photograph, and I, for a moment, was like, oh no, we're going to have to take this out. Jer actually made it in his wheelchair to the Ren Fair and was allowed in.
His wheelchair?
But not so fast, Jer. Jer. Will the Quartering show up to his stream today? He is hiding replies showing he stole a photo and posted it as if he was at the Ren Fair. I guess he got the email saying he is banned. So this is what people were posting in his Twitter replies, where Jer had to try and silence them by hiding their posts because he was ashamed that he faked this. Let's go to the next slide. So we see here an AI overview of the photograph. This photo was taken on July 21st of 2024 during a jousting tournament at the Bristol Renaissance Fair.
That's so embarrassing.
Oh,
that's so embarrassing, dude. How is that? That's fucking.
You could just reverse image search it yourself, and it went to the Bristol Renaissance
the
Fair
website. Yeah.
Oh my God, it's so embarrassing.
And then, by the way, here the night. So the Order of the Lion. So they're saying,
Continuing on. So Jeremy Hambly is confirmed to be lying about attending the Bristol Renaissance fair this weekend, on top of posting a photo of the jousting event, which came from the 2024 season. The BRF confirmed with me there was no activity from Hambly or any other persons with the same surname. Let's have a look. The Bristol Renaissance Fair has directly denied the allegations made by Mr. Hambly that he was in attendance. Good morning. So this is the A-log. Goes, hope y'all had a great opening weekend.
Oh, there you go.
I wanted to bring to your attention a tweet made by Jeremy Hambly, which suggests he did attend the fair this weekend. Is there a way Mr. Hambly could have snuck in under a different name or by...
I was on mute accidentally. How is it possible that Jeremy didn't understand that this was going to get called out? How is it possible he thought he was going to get away with this?
Other means, from what is publicly known from his streams, he has access to his wife Heather's accounts. However, it's totally possible he's lying in this tweet. The Bristol Renaissance Fair actually wrote back. If you write to them, I guess they write back. Hello. All email addresses associated with his account were banned. And our security team has his photo. So the way it works is you actually have to go through like full on like metal detectors, and like you actually have to go through like a pretty stringent security process there.
Yeah.
And they have pictures of all the banned people up in the guard shack. So they have to look over before they let him in. And so he's fucking banned for life. We do not see his last name associated with any ticket purchases, which means not only did Jer not to go, not get to go. But his wife, Heather, didn't get to go either.
That's fucking crazy.
And our security team did not see him at the gate. Further, the hottest it got this weekend on site was 83 degrees. This is meme magic, bro. This is they're so petty that they're even correcting Jeremy Hambly about the temperature it was on
That's
site.
fucking.
It doesn't get any better than that, bro.
I would fucking
It's so
come
satisfying.
if someone who worked there watched our show and sent us a picture of the board.
Oh, there's no doubt they've seen it. There's no doubt.
But I need the photo.
We have
of the
to see.
fucking.
Do not allow this man in. And I wonder which photo of him they use.
Yeah. Oh my God. That would be so funny.
So also, per the Bristol Renaissance Fair, the photo he posted is from a different season. The brown horse Bob has a new tack this year. A different horse is assigned blue this season. So it can't possibly be from this year. Let's go to the next slide.
Though, no?
We can see the email. It is. It's sick,
Final
buddy.
Fantasy armor. What the
It's a
fuck?
shame Jared won't be able to see it in person. Now, I say, although
Imagine being such a piece of shit that you are getting shit on by the Renaissance Fair. Imagine being such a garbage human being that this ends up being your personal reality. That's mind-blowing, man. That's mind-blowing.
well, I cannot specifically say when that particular photo was taken. It was not taken this weekend because Bob the horse, the brown one, has new tack for this year. He's no longer wearing blue.
They're literally having a back and forth with an A-log.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
I will.
Self-a-chair! Self-a-bitch! So awesome, bro!
Yes.
Okay, so then we had the Tim Pool situation.
Oh.
So Tim Pool decided that he was going to bring Chrissy Mayer on.
Oh,
Now, I
I'm
think
so
what
glad they're
happened,
covering this.
Chrissy was hired to be the new co-host for Jer, but she knew that it was a bad idea to clean Jer's toilet with her tongue every day for like meager amounts of cash.
Yeah.
So she's trying any way to get out of it. So she begged Tim Pool on her hands and knees, please, Tim, please, you got to give me a chance. You got to give me a tryout. So she snaked Jer and went on his bitter rival Tim Pool's show before Jer's show. And it was a disaster. It was a disaster, predictably. So this was
That's just too bad.
this was Tim's chat. Now, remember, zoom in. Now remember, this was supposed to all blow over by May 4th. It's now the 14th of July, and it still hasn't blown over to the point where not only Hambly and Melanie Mack are radioactive to wherever they go this happens, but Chrissy Mayer, who was just a janitor for Jer for a couple weeks, is getting the same treatment everywhere she goes. And this is, we didn't promote this at all. We didn't link to this or retweet or anything. This is just naturally what's happening on the internet now with anyone associated with Jeremy Hambly, wherever they go. Was it worth it, Jer? Does this make sense, bud? What a fucking retard, buddy. Listen, chap. For the love of God, will someone just tell me what the oranges are for?
Buddy, that is. And look at Tim. He's fucking mauled here.
Oh, yeah. He's maulding. We're going to see him mauled big time in a video clip later. So we see here Jeremy Cock Hambly is the king of lol cows. Lol, why are oranges evil? Tim stole Jeremy's new pussy grift. His new co-host is under attack.
No.
Tim hates free speech. I was going to stay and watch this hoping for a clippable moment, but this is as boring as the quartering.
Was so boring, dude.
Chrissy is adding nothing to the show, just like on Friday Night Tights. This was like his chat for the entire fucking time.
Dang.
Just a total disaster. So then Quartering himself showed up to make it an even bigger shit show.
Will, I have a question for you, Will. Will, I just looked up your channel history, And it looks as though you have never chatted into my channel before this. Like, literally, you've never chatted into my channel. So what that tells me is you've never come for any of the socialism streams. You've never been here for any of the socialism streams. And now on the obvious e-drama stream, which, by the way, you didn't have to click on the thumbnail. You clicked on the thumbnail. No one made you click on the thumbnail. You are chatting in, telling us not to do internet drama streams on the stream that is obviously drama, while you have literally never chatted in to the socialism streams before. So perhaps I would take you a little bit more seriously had you ever chatted in on the socialism streams before, but you don't have to be here. You didn't have to click on it. So sorry, bro.
It already was. And he's like, cope and seethe, losers. Like, as though Chair's not the one coping and seething.
I'll tell you all right now, he was not ha-ha-ha-ha-ha-ing. There was no ha-has to be had from Jer.
Lol cow shit from Jer. There he is. He's reading. Okay, so then Tim Pool, after all of his like posturing and he was above it all, was forced to address it, but he still swept for Jer and he's seething the whole time like a big baby. So
playing these stupid games.
Oof.
You are playing.
Burner account says banning chat, Tim. Really? Next thing you'll tell us that you don't know what the oranges are for.
Oh my God!
No!
Tim, he looks disheveled here too.
For Tim, what are they for, bud?
Is he getting fat? No, I'm being serious. His face, he's like getting a little fat.
It has always been the rule in Timcast chat that if you post the same thing.
Oh my God!
Oh no! He's fatigued. He's fatigued, boss.
He's mauled.
Bro, he's not happy, bro. He's mad.
Old
His
patch
super
beard
serious
Tim.
political discussion with Chrissy Mayer was derailed. No! Whatever shall we do now? The Library of Alexandria is burning because of the oranges. Ah!
3 times in a row, you get a timeout. You guys don't get special rules because you want to post oranges or whatever.
You fucking luminous bum.
It's such substitute teacher energy, you know?
You're literally acting like a leftist by pointing out that I've never chatted into your channel before, even though I'm pretending to be deeply worried that you're doing drama streams when I've never watched any of your serious content. Hey, Will, guess what? Deported from the channel, motherfucker. Get the fuck out.
Fact, you know?
That's the angriest I've ever seen him, besides that one time he yelled. Remember that?
He's like screaming at Candace Owens.
Yeah.
3 times, we put you in timeout for 5 minutes. You come back and post it again 3 times, we put you in timeout for a half an hour. That's it. That's it.
Whoa.
That is a spiral.
People get all mad.
It's a scene.
And then they go online and they're like, Tim changed his chat to subscribe.
Okay, when you're talking in that voice,
you have to do the silly voice for the people that are. And then
you lost.
Oh no!
You've lost.
Tim, it was your fault for having Chrissy Mayer on in the first place. No one cares what Chrissy Mayer has to say. Chrissy Mayer doesn't say anything smart. She doesn't say anything insightful. It's your fucking fault for having her on in the first place. You knew all this was happening, and don't fucking claim you didn't. Everyone knew this was happening. So suffer, Tim. Suffer, bish.
Let's get some subs. It's time for Freebird. Felting the dim fool chat. He just took over the dim fool chat without even fucking trying.
Let's Freebird this shit.
And
Can
then we got
get some
dramatic
subs?
discussion for
Guys,
5,000
let's go. Let's get what the
How the hell does this?
Okay, I can't play Freebird. I'm gonna get a copyright
So
thing.
much joy. Dim fool. Just the fact that we in some way have caused Tim Pool a minor inconvenience at minimum just brings so much joy into my heart.
Yeah,
like I live for this shit. I live for inconveniencing Tim Pool. That just makes me so fucking, just that he would experience even the most minor discomfort caused by this show in even the most tangential of fashions gives my life so much purpose. My heart sings. My cup overfloweth with wine and honey. This is the land that was promised. This is like we're in the promised land, bro. Like we saw it from the mountaintop, but we're actually getting to go in. We're actually seeing the downfall of Dim Fool, the downfall of Quarter.
I never would have thought when I became familiar with the Kino Casino in like 2023, I had never heard of them before I was like bantering with Nick Fuentes on Twitter, and then I started like running around with Nick and the Groypers and stuff like that. I never would have imagined getting roped into like casino stuff. I never even heard of them until like 2023. And then I became aware of them because I was researching who Nick actually was, and like the casino where A-logging him all the time, and you know, like Ethan Ralph was involved and all that shit. I never would have foreseen that the casino would rise to the heights that it has. And I never would have anticipated that I would enjoy the Kino Casino this much, if I'm being honest about it. I never would have anticipated that. I think that I don't like what they did to Nick Fuentes at all. I don't agree with a lot of stuff they did to Nick. I think that they flat out lied about Nick many, 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 many times. They like Ethan Ralph can go fuck himself, so I don't care about that. But like, I didn't like that at all. So I wasn't the biggest fan of Kino Casino back then. But now I'm on board. I'm on board. The casino can stay. I love it. I love that they're having success with this. I think it's funny as hell. And I mean, they're having a good time with it. And that makes me having a good time watch it.
It's unbelievable.
We're going to see a bigger downfall from Tim within a year or two. You'll see.
I hope
you'll
so.
see.
Oh,
there it is, folks.
Man,
it's called Tim
I hope
Orange.
so.
It should
be got Triz T for 5 subs.
Sticker's so funny.
Rob.
The chance we changed to subscriber only.
What a shameful
wow.
grift. Okay, so that was the situation. Okay, and here are some of the comments that Tim Pool received. Chrissy Mayer sucks dick for money in bathrooms and admitted to it. What are the Adam Sellers for? Found out about this stream from Craigslist. We got Cecil is fat. Bach. A few months ago, it's who cares about quartering flagging. The midterms are coming up. But now he has time to talk to Chrissy Mayer. Why? Because she got kicked off Friday Night Tights? You're a bum. Free My Hero Reactor. Why the fuck is Chrissy on? Even before she destroyed her credibility, she was an awful guest. And, but what are the gas station bathrooms for, Chrissy?
Chrissy felt it.
Wow.
Soft with Tim. Okay, so now we're going to Quartering's Monday show, which was an insane fucking meltdown. Already, he just starts the show with his eyes devoid of all hope.
Bro.
His face devoid of all expression. Like, this is the face of a psychotic serial killer before he takes out his next victim and drinks their blood, you know.
Mm-hmm. And you know what's them?
Hey, how's everyone going? How's everyone doing on this Monday?
How's everyone going? Oh my god! Oh, retard alert! Retard alert! 1,000-yard chair? Holy! The cuckold's eyes, bro.
Hey. How's everyone going? How's everyone doing on?
It was under 5 seconds. Jer already made a speaking error.
On this Monday.
The 1,000 orange stare.
Hey, Monday. We've got all the weekend news.
He's already out of breath.
We got weekend news.
Weekend news.
Guys, you know what? I'm going to pause it here. I said this earlier. I have to go do something with my husband right now. I didn't know about it until after I already started the stream. So I got to go for a little bit. But I will be back later. Okay, I'm coming back later. We're going to keep watching the quartering. I'm sorry for the intermission, but you know what? It's your Friday night too. Now you can go out and do something fun or go watch something else for a couple hours and come back, and we'll continue to drag Jeremy. And I do want to watch some Don Flurgandy. I've never watched Don Flurgandy before, so I do want to watch a little Don Flurgandy later and find out what that's all about, and just enjoy our Friday night before I have to go to Maine tomorrow to do anti-ICE protest stuff. So I'm going to head out for right now. I will be back as soon as I can be. I promise. And yeah, go take a nap. Go take a nap. It could be a late night. Go take a nap. go stock up on snacks or drinks. I will come back in a few hours. I promise you. Hey, like, you guys know I never do this shit, but listen, I'm going to be a good wife. I'm going to be a good wife. My husband has called. I'm going to be a good wife. I will be back in a couple hours, guys, and I will see you then.